This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Jade Empire. In the last episode, we tipped the top of the tower that Gao built and beat him and this Lotus assassin that was with him, which means we've taken care of some business before, but you know we still got others before us. Now we got Sky, who's going to join our little entourage, and Mad King as soon as we get his mosquito off the ground. Time for us to head back to Tien's Landing and prepare to leave for the capital. I probably, now that I think about it, maybe I should have played the game a little bit longer, because as soon as we leave for the capital, it swaps to the next chapter. Whatever. I never said I was going to get all these perfectly, but...
Hey! Ha ha! Much kicking and such. It really gets the blood flowing. And explosions. Lots of blood flowing from those too. I replaced the dust inductor. The marvelous dragonfly will cross the sky at your whim, for a short way. The heavens welcome my machines, but not without considerable cajoling. If you want to fly more than a short distance, I will need an inscrutable power source.
Didn't we... Yeah, I was about to say, didn't we get one or find one earlier? So, but we'll want to say that just because I want to see what... why don't you build one?
Why not just build another sun? Or the tumbling waters of a river? No, an inscrutable power source must be found, not built. Gao found one and brought it here, then I blew it up. It was the only way to make sure they did not take my marvelous dragonfly and fly off to the Imperial City without me. Without an inscrutable power source, she won't fly very far.
You make it as if that thing's like a one-of-a-kind, and we know that perfectly that's not true. Was like the infinite engine from like Dragon Ball's androids like 18 and 17 and stuff like that. Anyway, how was Lynn planning to use the dragonfly without a power source?
Oh, the assassins have an inscrutable power source. In fact, they had two. One was here, and they planned to put it in the dragonfly. But Kang was fast and smart. Kang exploded the power source. That way, they couldn't take my beautiful dragonfly and fly away without me.
You don't talk to yourself as referencing yourself in the third person. I think that's like one of the few times you reference yourself in the third person. Well, he is quite mad, so I have an inscrutable power source right here.
Ha! What wonders cling to you, my friend? There were only two in this whole region, and I destroyed one so Inquisitor Lim would not make off with my marvelous dragonfly. The other was with the Lotus assassins, but the fools only used it for demolition. Now, here you stand with it. I will put it in the dragonfly, and it will be ready to go. Not the ideal placement. If it shook more, the heavens might think we were afraid and take pity. This is more stable, but not as fun. Okay, she's ready to go. Hop on. I know a nice safe landing place just outside Tien's Landing. Very unlikely we'll crash.
Huh, I know of a safe spot outside Tien's Landing too. I wonder if you're thinking of the same thing. I don't know. If you don't have the inscrutable power source, you still stop at Tien's Landing and he says, hey, we'll leave it here until you find one, and then we could get another quest. But since we have it... what about Rue? He's waiting to take me back. Okay, let's get up here. I'm not ready to leave yet. Yeah, say that if you haven't gotten to the treasure room or other such things. Or you didn't get the thesis or whatever. I don't think you can come back afterwards either. I think it's one and done, so make sure you grab everything. I don't want your help. Let's get off here. I'm not ready to leave yet. I don't want your help.
But you need my help. The dragonfly is truly marvelous, but I am sure you're going to take her into combat. She'll be injured, and you'll need someone to fix her.
Oh yeah, we don't know how to do that. We're more of a meathead anyway. So, but anyway, we have to talk to him and take him on our team. I actually do like. Hey, Scott.
We should get back to town and be on our way.
I actually do like King. He's. I don't know if he's my favorite, but he's definitely one of my favorite characters in the game. Next to like Black Whirlwind and Henpecto and Kang, you know. There's a few others, but.
Are you ready to go back to Tien's Landing now? I know a nice, safe landing place just outside of town.
Yeah, we know about that. Yeah, let's ask about Rue. What about Rue? He's waiting to take me back.
Don't worry about that. When the marvelous dragonfly takes off, the earth shakes and the sky trembles. You can't miss it. Your friend will see us take off, and he'll head back to town on his own.
Yeah, well, except how do you know we were in it? It could have been the enemy. And he's like, uh-oh, the enemy. You know, I'll hide. So I don't, that reasoning doesn't really work, dude. But okay, whatever. Yeah, we're good. Okay, let's get off here.
Ha ha! Everybody on board! The marvelous dragonfly is about to take flight!
Shrieking Fury, that's an ability you can use for your for the dragonfly during the combat mini games if you want to do them. But since the combat mini games are completely optional and you don't get extra experience for doing them or whatever, so if you don't want to do them, you can evade them just fine and just skip that whole mini game, which is a nice change of pace for those who don't want to mess with it. But I like messing with it, so let's just do it anyway. Alright, looks like we got some people on our tail. We're going to have to take them out. Huh, there's the forest shadow. Haha, you're dead. We killed you. We killed you. No. I think you get like little bits of dialogue from like Kang when you do the missions too, like during the mission. But other than that, there's actually really no reason to. I forgot what I think. Shrieking Fury is missiles. Yeah, it's basically homing missiles. So if you miss them, although it's not like you can get points or anything like that, so you could easily just not do anything with them. And these mini games really aren't that hard, but like I said, the game gives you a chance to skip them if you want to. Yep, we know about killing enemies for key bar. I might as well activate that. We'll do that. Well, that was a good use of that. Hooray! Oh.
I just finished this thing.
I hate that one upgrade from this one to this one, because the previous one you could just hold the button down. This one I actually have to press the button for it. Oh well, it's not, like I said, not that big a deal, but kind of reminds me of some like kind of reminds me of some Battlefield like 1942 or whatever that game's called. Kind of reminds me of that. Okay, so you can lose this game easily if you're not paying attention, but I just got caught off guard. Yeah, see, it's not that. I don't think there's ever like a really nasty like one of these side missions throughout the game. I don't think there's ever one that's like super tough that you're like, oh man, I wish I'd chosen to avoid it. Like most of them you can beat pretty easily, at least if you have decent, hand-to-hand combat, or not hand-to-hand combat skills, like just button pressing skills or whatever you want to call it. I almost think that skip minigame is in there for those who maybe have trouble for stuff like that. But then again, this is an action RPG where you have to jump around, block, and all that. So, wouldn't you still require certain button presses and movements anyway? It's probably just for those who just don't like minigames in their big games. And it depends on the minigame, really, if I like it or not. If it's well, I guess Kang did a decent job. We didn't blow up, but yeah, minigames suck if they're not done well. Like anything
Flyer
else.
seems nicer than the one we took from Gal the Lesser. Although, I'm really only judging by how shiny it is. A poor guess, I'm sure.
No. The marvelous dragonfly is superior to the amber mosquitoes I foisted on Gao. And actually, the shinier the better. The heavens like their glory reflected. A shame I can't leave it on the ground for all to see, but I'm not going through all this just to have it stripped to the frame by local brags. I'll call it back if we need it.
But we have like 6 other people in this camp that can watch it. It's not like they're gonna. It's not like you guys are leaving it alone. Although I guess maybe the game assumes all the followers are with me, even though they're not during, because obviously to balance the game out. But whatever. How do you control it from this distance? I want that machine handy. Kane, just land it. How can you control it from this distance?
Well, it's much like the dilemma of the centipede. If he relaxes and lets things happen, he can walk naturally all day long, his 100 legs not missing a step. But if he thinks too hard about the complexity of what he's doing, those legs might crash into the tea house and kill everyone. A valuable lesson.
Whoa. I mean, that's a bit extreme. I guess that makes sense. At least the way you explain it, but still. Anyway, I will speak to you when I'm ready to make use of your machine king. Very well, enough of this. What do we need to do now? I want that machine king. I will speak to you when I'm ready to make use of your machine king.
Now we have everything we need to follow Master Lee's captors to the Imperial City. I am eager to do so after all the resistance we've encountered.
Yes, it's time to leave. Not quite yet. We still got to get a few rewards left. Really not. It won't take too long to do that. I go straight to talk to you here. I'm interested how you are, Dawnstar. Does anything bother you?
I'm trying to feel good about what happened at Gao's fortress, the lair of his pirates. We went looking for our master and perhaps another flyer. What we found, I was not prepared for how cruel people could be. Seeing those people with no control over their fates, it is similar to a pain in my past that I have not thought about for a long time.
I'm always interested in you. Tell me what you remember. Give me a short version, please. I have no interest of you. I've always been interested in you. Tell me what you remember. I just can't help myself.
I would not dream of saying my experience is similar to those poor people in Gao's fortress. But that lack of control, I know that well. One of the only things I know about myself is that on the morning I was born, the sky was red, like distant mountains were on fire. Perhaps it was dirge burning, as Zeus said. I believe it was an ill omen, and that stigma is why my abilities became a burden. That's why I must have been left at the school. To be subject to the whims of someone else just because of what you are, be you slave or outsider. Yes, I know that well.
It is an interesting feeling. Those people, the slaves, perhaps they didn't have agency, but I think they did. But actually, personally, I don't know. I'm going by my character's mentality about this thing. I'm beginning to feel some of that myself. Go on. You stand out. I prefer that. I know the feeling. Their slavery is enforced by bars. Yours seems self-inflicted. The weak often find themselves in such predicaments. You stand out. I prefer that. I know the feeling. Yeah. You stand out. I prefer that. I know that feeling.
Yes, you are an outsider too, albeit one with power to change your world. I think the slaves in the pirate lair would greatly appreciate your skill in defense. And I would make great use of your confidence. You inspire me to think of the possibilities, not just the problems. I'm gaining an appreciation for the person you are becoming. Perhaps we should speak on these matters again sometime.
What was with that weird little dance, Dawnstar? What are you doing? I know what she's
Well,
doing,
my
but,
friend.
you know, it's... Alright, well, before we get to our rewards, let's, Ooh, we even got a level, too. Nice. I think we even got a, journal... Anything? Oops. Filter. So we got something for... I think it was just because we left it or whatever. Oh, a new flyer. With the addition of the inscrutable power source, the marvelous dragonfly will once again take to the air. It can easily reach the Imperial City with a proper wind map, of course, which we have. Anyway, let's talk to our companions before we leave.
What do you
Hey,
want?
Wildflower. Anything interesting to talk about?
I think we should keep going. The Guardian said so too. The city is the center of the Empire. All roads lead there. All winds too. We can fly! I've always wanted to fly. Is there anything else you wanted?
You truly are a kid, aren't you, Wildflower? Except she's like, yeah, 6 or 7. Actually, I don't know if she ever stipulates her actual age. I just say it's 7 because that's that seems like a good number to say. Well, I learned more about you.
The Guardian wouldn't like me talking about that. He's busy now. The other is hurting, and he's keeping him inside. All the evil that has been done makes him stronger.
You mentioned the other earlier, and so that's what he's doing in his free time, taking care of this other. The Guardian is battling the other inside you?
I shouldn't say. Just by naming him, thinking of him, it draws him closer to the surface, gives him more power. The Guardian said that in all things there is balance, and for light there is dark within each of us. The other is his darkness, for the good he has to do. That's what he says.
So like a Jekyll and Hyde situation, or is it like a Link and Dark Link situation? That must be terrible for you. Why are you in here? Why are they in you in the first place? The Guardian is like the other is like the Guardian. Why are they in you in the first place? Phrasing.
The Guardian is here because of you and the amulet you hold. He is here because there's a debt to be paid. But balance must always be maintained, and so the other. The Guardian is my friend. He's a part of me. But the other is a part of me too. Sometimes they pull so hard in different ways I can't.
Are you okay? Deal with it. Be strong, Wildflower. Well, we gotta tell her to be tough, you know. Even though they're pulling at her, deal with it.
I try to be strong, and the Guardian gives me hope. But sometimes it's all I can do to convince me I'm still myself. Will you stay with me and keep me in myself?
Keep me... What are you talking about? You're too much baggage. There's nothing I can do. I'll help you, Wildfire. You're too much baggage.
I understand. I'll try not to be a burden, but the Guardian, he says we have to stay, so I will. Is there anything else you wanted?
After insulting you and telling you you're worthless, you know, she's like, oh, it's fine now. It's like, yeah, whatever, kid. No. I mean, you know, realistically, I never say that to a person, but the fact is, I mean, other than maybe just changing up, doing every once in a while changing different characters, I almost never use Wildflower when I play this game, even when the multiple times I've played it in the past. We already started about that.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry for telling you you're worthless. I mean, not really, but hey ho.
Prosperous tidings. What can humble Ho do to assist you today?
What do you think about this situation?
It would seem that we at last have the means necessary to get us back to the Imperial City, and for that I should be very glad. However, I must now face the greatest trial of all. My sweet wife will no doubt be waiting for me. Soon my time with the cannibals will be nothing but a fond memory.
Oh, your marriage sucks and we should laugh at your pain. Why did you marry your wife if she's so difficult? Didn't we ask him that before, I think?
Like many things in my life, it can be traced back to very
I think I
bad
did,
luck
actually.
on my part. As I mentioned once before, I was a master of the drunken master style. I was the tournament champion in Phoenix Gate when things spun out of control. My need for wine took its toll on my body. There are long periods I don't even remember. After one such period, I came to, having lost most of my clothes and all my money. I was destitute, and without the ability to buy more wine, I couldn't even fight.
Maybe not. Maybe I don't. I might be mixing up previous playthroughs or some of that. Why is a dangerous companion? What did you do? Whole months? That's impressive.
Eventually, I found work cleaning out creature cages at the local arena. One day, I was approached by a man who remembered seeing me fight. He offered to sponsor me. Just like that, I was back in the ring. After climbing my way back to the top of the tournament, my sponsor told me it was time to fulfill my end of the bargain.
I guess you really owed him after that. What was it you had to do? Yes, there's always a catch, isn't there?
Apparently, the agreement stipulated that I must marry his niece. If only I had read the agreement more closely, I could still be shoveling dirt in the creature cages. Alas, fate had a crueler path in mind for me. Let that be a lesson for you. Always read the fine print, or you may end up with more than you bargained for.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do. I even read the agreements for updates for, like, iTunes and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm mad, I know. No, I don't even have Apple products. They suck. Tell me more about yourself. Let's see if he has anything new to say.
Perhaps in a little while. Memories of my wife are difficult to bear, especially when she is so very far away and I may never see her again.
Too bad we're going back now, so.
As you wish.
Sorry, dude, I have to take you back to... Well, actually, I'm not trying to take you back to your wife. It just happened to be there. It's up to you if you go back or not.
The way is clear to the Imperial City. You need only to speak to our mad friend Kang, and he will prepare the flyer.
Mad friend Kang, you say? I want to talk about what Inquisitor Lim said about you. Not that I care that he was my character probably don't care he was a Lotus Assassin, but, you know, he was a Lotus Assassin at one point, so, you know, got to question the loyalties there.
That is an old wound. My departure from the Lotus Assassins was not gentle for either side. My immediate companions, those who were my brothers, fell by my hand.
Lim was not among them. He would have died if he was. I was labeled as the one who deserted, and I'm occasionally recognized. The result is always the same. Another death, more blood spilled. Such a waste for a hatred they cannot even understand.
Hatred is hard to understand. Not really, but, well, I guess true hatred. Must be difficult to regret the deaths of so many. Bah, never regret killing someone who would have killed you. Okay. Bah, never regret killing someone who would have killed you.
Regret? I have no regret for killing anyone who challenged me of their own will. Death is a measurable cost of your actions. Some earn it sooner than others. Strength is the way of things, and death is the end, or should be. Some do not respect either. They have enough of one to defy the other.
Why do you lead the assassins? Why do you hate them so much? Enough of which? Death or strength? That's horrible. You feel no guilt for killing people. Enough of which? Strength or death?
Does it matter? Denying someone's strength is to place yourself above that person without merit. Denying death is to step outside the natural order. Both are harmful. I did some harsh things while with the Lotus Assassins, but they no longer follow a path I recognize. They are a mirror of Death's hand, and he embodies corruption. You will see as you get close to him. He draws out the worst in everyone and displays it for all to see.
So the Lotus Assassins are not what they once were. Being a cult of assassins, they're not what they once were. I see. Yeah, not really. I see nothing what they do would scare off a killer like you. Death's hand will fall like any other you will see. I have no interest in your riddle zoo. I see nothing in what they do that would scare off a killer like you.
Ignorance does not make truth go away. It only hides it. Perhaps we will talk again when I see more of where your path will lead you. For now, we should make our way to the Imperial City. That is where they took your master, and where we will find the heart of the Lotus Assassins.
I see. Well, best to get to it. Not now, but we will eventually.
You have your map and your flyer is ready to go. I don't know what else you want to do here. I suggest we get on our way as soon as possible. I'm not really looking forward to getting back to the Imperial City, but it appears both of our paths lead there.
Well, we'll do it eventually. Don't worry.
Goodbye then.
Okay. Kang would... I think we can still talk to him without going there, so...
That's it. You have everything you need. Just let me know when you want to go, and we'll set the marvelous dragonfly to flight.
As far as I know, you can go back to Tian's Landing at any point in Chapter 3. It's Chapter 4 when we have to worry about, like, no turning backs and stuff like that. So we're good for now. I'm not going to go yet, but when we have what we need, let we go. What do you think of the current situation?
I think we're waiting around for nothing. We have the inscrutable power source, the wind map, and the flyer. The Imperial City won't fly its way to us.
I wish we could. Could you make it happen, Kang?
Off you go. I'll start planning some redesigns for the dragonfly. Maybe floats made of air bladders. Sheepskin, of course.
Some airships, perhaps? Alright, Sky, what's our new companion have to say about this?
Something's on your mind?
What do you know about this area? Any thoughts about what we're doing? Do you have a minute to talk?
Of course. I was just thinking about things.
Gao richly deserved his death, but I'm not sure I ever really expected it to happen.
How does that make you feel? How long were you searching? You're not going to fall into depression on me, are you? I don't really feel talking about this right now. You're not going to fall into a depression on me, are you?
Why? Because we have succeeded at a goal that I've been working towards for 3 years?
You're right, that's a reason to celebrate. I just want you focused. We have a long road ahead of us. How did you track go? I just want you focused. We have a long road ahead of us.
Fair enough. Don't worry. I know what lies ahead. I tracked my daughter's killer for 3 years, after all.
I don't feel to talk about this. How did you track Gao?
Gao's slavers took my daughter, Pin Mei, and I was able to follow them. Fortunately, they didn't cover their tracks. I chased them down, trying to reach her. I was too late. Pin Mei was spirited, and I'm sure she fought them. I believe they decided she was too much trouble and killed her. 5 years old, and they ran her through. I found her dead by the roadside and stopped my pursuit. By the time I cared to continue my chase, the slavers were long gone.
Wow, 5 years old and they ran her through? What type of trouble did she do to like cause them to do that? The kid would have had a bit like a big deal of trouble. Usually slavers don't do that to kids. Like even they have a sort of rule when it comes to that type of stuff. That's terrible. I'm sorry to bring this up. How did you eventually catch up with them? You should have chased them down. Yeah, you should have chased them down. Vengeance is more effective than sorrow.
Is that what you're doing? Chasing after your master without a thought for the others in your town? Yes, I've heard about the attack. I'm sorry, that wasn't fair. You're right, I could have saved myself 3 years if I just run those bastards down. But why dwell on this? Gao is dead, and perhaps Pin Mei has found some peace. That's what really matters. That and what we still have to accomplish.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Things like this are important to dwell upon. You still haven't told me how you found Gao. Are you going to whine about your daughter every time I talk to you? Oh, God. You still haven't told me how you found Gao. Are you going to whine to me about your daughter every time I talk to you?
That wasn't my intent. I don't even remember how we got onto the subject of Pin Mei. I almost never talk about her, and then I open up to you and you throw it in my face. Let's just forget it and get on with what we're doing.
Alright, calm down, Sky. I just made fun of your problems. Jeez. No. Okay, what do you know about this area? Any thoughts about what we're doing?
When you say the word, we're ready to leave. I'm looking forward to seeing the Imperial City again. I appreciated the hectic pace when I was there. When we reach the Imperial City, we'll have a whole host of new problems. You have to love a challenge.
What do you know about this area?
I only spent enough time in Tian's Landing to learn the location of Gao the Greater's stronghold. It's a nice enough place, though they're still adjusting to the flooding of the old town some years ago.
I think we're good. Okay, that's all I need from you.
Always happy to help.
And I'm being really antagonistic to Sky for some reason. I mean, he's a funny character. Sky's probably, well, they try to make him like interesting by being jokey while serious at the same time. He's probably the most boring character that joins your group, I'd say, out of everyone, is probably Sky. At least the Geisha Zoo has his, like, Lotus Assassin ties, you know. And Wildflower has the beast inside of her, so at least that makes her a little bit more... Not her herself is interesting, but just her situation is interesting. And yeah, Sky losing his daughter and vengeance, all that is sad, but like I said, it's... Well, every BioWare game always has that one character that's, like, extremely boring or too normal that you don't find them interesting. You know, Karth from KOTOR 1, Caden from Mass Effect... you know, Sky from this game. KOTOR 2, who was the boring character? Technically, oh, now I've forgotten his name. The guy from number 2, the first guy who joined you. Although, actually, he's not that boring. He does have his interesting past, so... Probably Disciple is the most boring character. Handmaid can be a little boring, too, depending on how you talk to her. But yeah, I'd say Disciple is the most boring character in KOTOR 2 now that I think about it. Anyway, let's talk to Black World and see if he has anything to say.
What? What do you want?
Got any interesting stories, dude? Or what do you think of the current situation?
What are you asking me for? You've got everything you need to make that flying machine go. So, let's go already. I'm looking forward to getting to the Imperial City. They've got the cheapest wine in all the Empire, and plenty of it.
Cheapest wine in all the Empire in the Empire, huh? Well, good to know that you kept your priorities. All right, anyway, before we go, even though, yeah, we can go there and come back later, I want to kind of tie most of the loose ends before that. So, in the next episode of Jade Empire, we'll tie up the rest of the little side quests that we have here, get the credit for those, and then head off to the Imperial City. What awaits us there? Who will we meet? Some strange new people? Explore a wide new city that'll take me episode upon episode to complete? Find out next time as we enter into Chapter 3 of Jade Empire. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.